Retro t-shirt designs are super popular today, whether it's some sort of retro badge or maybe a West Coast surf style or just some really colorful lettering. It doesn't seem like retro style designs are going to go anywhere, and you're in luck because today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your own retro t-shirt design using Kittl. It's pretty easy. You can either start with one of our t-shirt templates or you can start from scratch, which is what we're going to do in this video. So if you don't have Kittl yet, now is definitely the time to sign up. It's completely free and you can use that link down in the description to do so. Then you can follow along with this tutorial and the many others I have here on the channel. Oh, and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of the new videos that we're going to upload soon. So go ahead and hit it. It'll just take you 1 second. So let's get started. So here we are in Kittl, and we actually already have a ton of t-shirt designs. So if I click on t-shirt designs, you're going to see all of these amazing templates that you can get started with, and we also have filters. So if I click filters here, you'll see that we have animal t-shirts, we have beach and surf t-shirts, which are very retro, we have music style t-shirts, outdoor t-shirts, and I won't go through every single one of these. You can go through these yourself. Today we're starting a new project. So here we are. It's going to give you a square artboard. No worries, you can change that if you desire, but we're going to go up here and change this file name to retro t-shirt design because that's what we're going to be working on, of course. And then what we're going to do is add some text because we're going to make some really groovy text effects, and that's what we want to do for this kind of 60s 70s vibe that we're going for. So we're going to double click in to edit this text, and the words we're going to use are good vibes. And so we want to find a font that really defines that groovy psychedelic type vibe. So we don't want something super sharp. We don't want something very serif-y, something that's like a little bit more a different kind of vintage. If we go to the other tab over here, there's a couple that might work for this, but spicy rice I think is going to really fit this vibe. It's looking good. It's really wavy. It's heavy. It's bold. It's very curvy. And yeah, when we make it all caps like this, I think it's going to work. So let's duplicate it, and then we'll do vibes down below because again, that's our phrase, good vibes. And then we're going to put this on an angle. So if I click angle, boom, all I have to do is adjust this little angle curve here to get it how I want it. And then I can do the same thing for the bottom one, and we want to make sure those percents are the same because we want them to match up correctly. So then let's just size them up just a little bit because it's going to take up a pretty good portion of our shirt design here. And I'll show you how to export sizes later, of course, for the printer that you may need to use. So I'm going to go for a kind of striped effect here. So if I go over to the text effects panel right here on the right, I'm going to click this block shadow effect here, and when I click it, you can see, boom, it makes a block shadow, which is truly amazing. And then I can change the position and the depth of the offset here. So let's zoom in just a little bit so you can take a look at this. I'm going to make this angle different. I'm going to have it going down to the right, so I just need to slide this over, and then I can increase or decrease this offset to be as much or as little as I want it to. So I'm thinking that this angle is looking pretty good. I don't want it to make any weird shapes though, so we just need to do a little bit of tweaking to make sure that these letters look connected. And so we'll do the same thing to the bottom vibes text. Again, we're just increasing that offset and then moving the angle to be correct here. Then what we're going to do is go over to the effects and change the color. So we're going to make this shadow a little bit of a different kind of retro faded yellow color, and we're going to get all into changing colors later, so don't worry too much about it right now. But the main point is that we're going to go for a kind of striped wavy text effect here. So I've just duplicated it, and then if I go and change the color of the shadow, I can change it to a different color, something like this. And then if I go to the effects, I'll just decrease the offset by 2. And now you can see that I've decreased it, so the one that's there before is that lighter yellow is cutting through down there on the bottom. And then we'll do it again, copy and paste, put it like right where it needs to go, just in the middle, in the center there. Change the color to a little bit darker, go back to the offset, and then we're going to do make that go down too as well. And then now you can see that these are starting to create this wave effect here, and we can just do this over and over again as many times as you might want for the offset that you desire, and then boom, we just change the offset down to again, and now we're getting this really cool retro striped text effect with all of these different retro color palettes in it. And you go in and change these to anything that you want. We're going to do that a little bit later. For now, we're just kind of sticking with this same scheme and decreasing the offset by 2 just to get our bearings right. So then let's change the main text color, because black is not going to work for this. So let's go find a nice soft off-white yellow cream color, and I think that looks pretty cool for right now. And then what we're going to do is keep this kind of depth here. This orange shadow is a little bit bigger, and that's okay. We want it to be legible, of course, so let's give it just a little bit of a border, and then we're going to make that border that same orange color, because I want the text to be legible. I want the first part of the shadow to be legible as well, and then I want that striped text effect to kind of come after. So then what we can do is highlight all of those texts and make sure that they're aligned. So all of the fonts you've duplicated, make sure they're aligned, center, and vertical. And then we're going to do the same thing with the good text. I'll speed up through this process, but as you can see, we're doing the exact same thing as we did with the vibes text. So then we'll change that color, we'll give it a border as well. Same process as we did for the vibes word. And then what we can do is group our text. We want to make sure that's centered and vertically and horizontally, and then we're going to group. Right click, and then we're going to group this together, so all of those individual text boxes are now in this good group. So we're going to name this good here, and then we're going to do the same thing. We'll highlight all of the individual vibes text boxes, right click, group, and then we will label this vibe. So now everything is nice and organized, and it's all together like this. Hey, real quick, if you're getting value out of this retro t-shirt tutorial, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button and the red subscribe button. Then let me know in the comments, are you selling t-shirts through print on demand? Or other words, how are you making and selling t-shirts? I'm really curious to know, and this sort of information is going to help us improve Kittl. So go ahead and comment down below. All right, let's get back to the tutorial. So then what we can do is start playing with our background color, because what we're going to do is choose just a different background than white so that we can see the design a little bit better. And then we're going to start playing with some elements. So we're going to go over here to the elements panel on the left. We're going to type in star, and I'm going to place a couple of these stars that you see here on the left and right, because I want to give it a little bit of depth. And this is also a spot element that you'll see commonly in retro style design, even up to the early 2000s. So I'm just going to speed through putting a couple of these stars here. Then I'm going to duplicate everything, and I'm going to put it over here on the top right just to give it a nice little frame. And then what we're going to do is we are going to start playing with our colors here. So I think this is a little too muted. It's a little bit too maybe monotone. They're all kind of the same. So I want something bolder, more loud, even more retro than this. And so we're going to pick different darker colors for our striped text shadow effects. So I'm going to speed up through this as well, but you can take as much time as you want finding and selecting the right kind of retro psychedelic type colors that you may want. And then of course we're going to add a rainbow, because this is kind of a rainbow text effect. So if I type in rainbow, I really like this one. It's a really cool kind of abstract retro design. I'm going to size this up, place it about where I want to, right click, send to back, and that'll make it go to the very back of your layers panel. So then we need to do a little bit of tweaking and resizing. And then what's really amazing is that I can go over here to these colors, and I can easily make these the same colors as the text colors I've been using. So if I don't want a certain yellow or orange, I can change it to the colors that I've used in the text, like this lighter orange or the purple or whatever I want. I can easily manipulate them so that my design is cohesive. So once I've got that exactly how I want it, I can just duplicate this, turn it around, and match it up to be where I want it, because it kind of frames this text. I want this rainbow design to frame this striped text. So now that we've got that how we want it, we can start changing the background color to see what it would look like on different color shirts. So there's what it would look like on a black shirt. Here's what it would look like on a gray and a white shirt. You can move this all over the place to see what kind of design it would work for what color shirt. And of course you could make the color shirt you want, and then you could start changing the color of the text and everything like that. Of course, to export it, we can remove this background, which is what you would want to do for your print-on-demand sites. You can also change the width for whatever you need it. You can make it larger. You can also download them as PDF or SVG if you need, or digital use if you prefer. And here is our completed Good Vibes retro t-shirt design, fully designed in Kittl. We've got it mocked up here on a nice shirt, ready to go. Okay, now it's time for you to go make your own retro t-shirt using Kittl. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, let me know down in the comments so I can engage with you there. And by the way, we would love for you to join our Discord Kittl community. You can find that link down in the description. It's a really great way to get quick support for Kittl, or if you're working on a project and want some feedback, we'll do that as well. So go ahead and find that link down below, and I look forward to meeting you there. Before you go, do me a quick favor and hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching and for using Kittl. Until next time, create magic.